Welcome, radiant souls of Leo, both seasoned cosmic royalty and curious newcomers fresh from the universe's algorithm. You've just arrived at Golden Fortune Leo, and believe me, you didn't click here by accident. Whether you've been prowling these astral lands for years or just followed a trail of synchronicities, or maybe that one dream that wouldn't leave you alone, consider this your sign. I'm your host and humble interpreter of the stars, a lifelong researcher of astrology, human psychology, and a disciple of that quiet Buddhist wisdom that reminds us, nothing is permanent, except maybe Leo's flair for drama. Let's begin where all great stories do, with justice. Divine justice. You, dear Leo, have been in the middle of a spiritual chess match that felt less like strategy and more like someone just kept flipping the board every time you were about to win. But now, the universe has made its move, and this time it's in your favor. That abundance you've been manifesting under your breath, through your tears, and in those 3 a.m. journal entries, it's not just coming. It's arriving with purpose. And no, it's not just about money though. Don't be surprised if the number in your bank account suddenly starts behaving. This is deeper. We're talking about liberation. Liberation from limiting beliefs, from emotional shackles, from energy vampires who thought you'd keep pouring from an empty cup. Someone out there tried to bind you mentally, spiritually, or energetically. But instead of snaring your light, they accidentally sparked it. That's the thing about Leos, we don't just survive betrayal, we turn it into fuel. And if you've been wondering whether all that inner work was worth it, the answer is now roaring back at you in cosmic stereo: absolutely. Because this is the reward reserved for the chosen ones. Not because you're better, but because you chose to grow when it was easier to shrink. So kick off your shoes, adjust your crown, and settle in. This isn't just a reading. It's a homecoming. Welcome to Golden Fortune Leo, where we don't predict your future, we remind you who you were born to be. Let me tell you something, Leo, and not in the fluffy horoscope way, but in the I've been doing this for decades and seen every kind of cosmic curveball kind of way. When the oracle speaks, we listen. And during this reading, it didn't whisper, it hollered. We opened up with the Baralhosigano, an old world system that doesn't sugarcoat anything. It's direct, intuitive, and cuts right through spiritual fluff like a hot knife through karma. And the cards? Well, they wasted no time spilling the celestial tea. We pulled fish, mountain, whip, sun, and key, each one a heavy hitter. But then came the kicker, snake plus ring at the bottom of the deck. That's the astrological equivalent of your spirit guides whispering, look twice before you trust. This isn't paranoia, it's protection. Whether it's a romantic contract, a business handshake, or even a soul connection wrapped in incense and good vibes, the message is clear: loyalty without discernment is a trap. And Leo, you've outgrown being trapped. You're here to lead, not to leash yourself to deadweight wearing spiritual cologne. Now, let's talk about that fish card. Because when fish show up in the Baralho, it's not about sushi cravings, it's about money. And not just pay the bills money. We're talking generational, spiritually sanctioned abundance. Legacy wealth. Wealth that not only heals your bank account but your heart, your lineage, and that inner child who once believed they had to settle. Clarified by cards like the Star and the 10 of Pentacles, this is a blessing that's been growing quietly beneath the surface, like roots under winter frost. Someone, maybe even several someones, tried to block this. Tried to bind your light, slow your growth, doubt your worth. But here's the catch they didn't see coming: you were aligned with divine timing, not their timelines. And yes, chosen ones often get delayed. We face detours, spiritual boot camps, and cosmic tests that feel more like sitcoms written by the universe's most dramatic writer's room. But we are never denied. This win? It's not just success, it's soul freedom. And the best part? They'll have to watch you shine from the very cage they tried to build around you. The mountain card, every Leo's favorite reminder that the road to greatness is rarely a smooth highway with scenic stops and iced flats. No, my fierce friend, your path has been more like a spiritual obstacle course, part Indiana Jones, part Buddhist retreat, part what fresh hell is this? But here's the thing, the mountain doesn't show up to punish. It shows up to reposition. This isn't about blocks. It's about altitude. And when you shift your vantage point, suddenly what looked like a dead end becomes a divine detour. The clarifying cards here? 3 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Temperance, and 5 of Swords. Translation? You've been offered more than a few mirages lately. Glittering distractions dressed as dream jobs, soulmates, or TikTok-worthy spiritual gurus. Some of them were wrapped so nicely they even fooled your lion-sized intuition. But now? You're seeing clearly. You're no longer just reacting, you're responding with wisdom. And let's be honest, Leos don't do halfway. So when you move, be it to a new city, a new career, or a new version of yourself, you do it with full-on, slow-burning fire. Just remember, not every opportunity is meant for you. Some are simply spiritual pop quizzes to see if you've finally learned the lesson. Yes, it's annoying. No, you're not being punished. This is soul sculpting, not speed dating. Especially for the chosen ones, who don't get express lanes. They get elevation. Now enter stage left, the whip card, aka guess who's back in your DMS. Yep. That one. The one who ghosted you then claimed retrograde made them do it. Clarified by 9 of Swords, 2 of Wands, Page of Cups, the Magician, and Ace of Cups. This is classic sleepless, suddenly spiritual, and now sentimental energy. They're pacing. They're regretting. They may even be crafting an apology laced with moon metaphors or attaching a sad Spotify playlist. But here's the kicker, you've changed. You're no longer available for reruns. You're busy manifesting the deluxe director's cut of your life. So while they may be trying to manifest you back, remember this, sometimes the best closure is silence. Not because you're petty, but because you've graduated from needing validation. You don't need to explain your piece to someone who tried to rob it. This is your moment, Leo. Let them watch your glow up from the emotional bleachers. You've got mountains to move and you're doing it with clarity, class, and a touch of karmic sass. Leo. When the Sun card shows up in your reading, it's not just a wink from the cosmos, it's a full-blown standing ovation. This isn't just any spotlight moment, it's your spotlight moment. The kind you don't chase, but embody. The clarifier's the world. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, 7 of Wands, King of Wands, and 2 of Pentacles read like a red carpet roll call of personal power. You've graduated from karmic kindergarten, and now the universe is handing you your diploma in divine resilience with gold foil edges, naturally. Everything that was once hidden, whether it was lies, your own blind spots, or those situationships you had no business romanticizing, has come into full view. And instead of crawling out of this cycle bruised and bitter, you rise wise, focused, and let's be real, more grounded than ever. Queen of Pentacles energy doesn't just survive the storm, she builds an empire from the mud. Of course, now that your glow is undeniable, the crowd starts creeping back. Ex-friends, old flames, distant relatives who suddenly always believed in you, they all want a seat at your table. Coincidence? Please. The same people who underestimated you are now studying your every move like it's a master class. But here's the beauty of Leo in full form, you can forgive without reopening the gates. You're not being cold, you're being clear. You've got boundaries now. You're not available for chaos dressed up in nostalgic packaging. As any seasoned astrologer or any Buddhist monk, for that matter, would tell you, presence without discernment is just karma on repeat. And then comes the key card, the crown jewel of this reading. Backed by Ace of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and 3 of Swords, it's your moment of sacred rebellion. The clarity hits like a lightning bolt. You've been carrying burdens that were never yours to hold. Financial weight, emotional labor, generational guilt, you name it. You've played therapist, provider, cheerleader, and damage control. And for what? So others could stay comfortable while you drained yourself dry? Not anymore. This is where you cut the cords. The key card doesn't just open doors, it unlocks cages. You're not asking for permission. You're not begging for closure. You are choosing yourself, your peace, your freedom. You don't need applause, because you finally understand, validation is temporary, but liberation? That's eternal. And it looks damn good on you. Welcome to your next level, Leo. Where you rule not with noise, but with knowing. Let's talk about illusions, Leo. Specifically, the kind that wears nostalgia like a velvet cloak and whispers, maybe it wasn't that bad. Enter stage left, 6 of Cups and the Moon, the cosmic duo of remember when, and but did it ever make sense? That dreamy connection from your past? Let's call it what it was, smoke, mirrors, and just enough breadcrumbing to keep your inner lion pacing. You gave grace, loyalty, forgiveness, heck, maybe even your Netflix password to someone who wasn't spiritually equipped to hold the gift of your presence. They weren't necessarily evil, just unequipped. But unequipped people still break hearts when handed fragile things. And yet, here you are, burned, maybe, but not broken. You walked out of that karmic fire with your crown still on, and if that's not power, I don't know what is. This moment right here? This is when you stop doubting what you saw, what you felt, and most importantly what you deserve. As the Buddhists say, clarity is compassion. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for both of you is to stop trying to turn a karmic lesson into a soulmate story. Now, let's zoom out for a second and look at the zodiac soup that showed up in this reading: Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Pisces. Basically, the entire astrological family reunion RSVP'd. Even the Magician card popped in to remind us that this message isn't confined to one sign, one situation, or one timeline. This isn't just a Leo thing, it's a collective energy, ringing through the cosmos like a spiritual wake-up call with no snooze button. So whether your rising is Virgo, your Venus is in Pisces, or you just really like tarot for the vibes, the message is clear: illusions are fading, truths are rising, and the next chapter is yours to write. Preferably in bold font, with a lion watermark. As we round out this soul-stirring journey, the Gypsy Oracle stepped in like an old wise friend with a knowing smile and just the right words at the right time. Let's break it down, because these aren't just random card pulls, Leo, they're soul notes for the road ahead. First, the Valet. It's a reminder that no mountain is too tall when you've got spiritual backup, and let's be honest, you do. Call it angels, ancestors, guides, or just your inner knowing that refuses to stay silent. You're not doing this alone. You're built for breakthroughs, not breakdowns. Then comes the Ring, a gentle but firm reminder that loyalty means nothing if it's not extended inward first. You've spent lifetimes showing up for others. Now, it's time to keep promises to yourself. Whether it's saying no to chaos or yes to peace, your loyalty to your own well-being is the most sacred vow you'll ever take. Next, the key, the mic drop of the spread. You've been searching for the answer outside of you, Leo, but the truth is, you've had the solution this whole time. Like Dorothy with her ruby slippers, you just needed the clarity to use it. It's not about waiting for someone else to give you permission. This is your life, your karma, your sacred script. And finally, the reflection. Look, We all replay old failures like bad TV reruns, hoping for a plot twist that never comes. But this is the season where you flip the script. The door is knocking not with obligation, but with opportunity. So answer it like the divine lion you are. Chin high. Heart open. And no, you don't need to apologize for choosing joy this time around. Now, if your chest felt a little lighter just now, if a quiet yes echoed inside you, then you already know this message was meant for you. This wasn't just a tarot reading. It was a cosmic reset, a sacred nudge to stop surviving and start living. So don't just walk into your next chapter strut. With wisdom. With wildness. With all the golden glory the stars intended for you. If this resonated with your Leo soul, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Golden Fortune Leo, your cosmic sanctuary for all things truth, transformation, and just the right touch of sass. Stay fierce. Stay focused. Stay golden. Namaste.